Hey there, performance management students. I'm Steve Willis. In this video, I'm going to help you get a pass on your upcoming ACCA exam. We are going to rock Part A of question Thatcher from the specimen exam, so buckle up. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. Now, if you want the full debrief, you can also get Section B. Check out my website. You can subscribe to my video library or sign up for my revision course. Guys, if you have any questions or you'd like me to do more topics, let me know in the comments below. All right, guys, let's get started. Team, I am in the PM specimen exam. I have question Thatcher open on my screen. Now, before we go further, please do the same. Open up question Thatcher. Give it your best attempt. When you are done, come back, continue rolling the video, and we will take it together. Welcome back. Let's debrief this question. Let me show you my approach. Well, I'm in that exam. I press next. I hit section C, and I see the common requirement: assess the financial performance of the company using this table of info. Now, you're probably expecting a spreadsheet, but get used to it, guys. There are more marks for writing here. So the examining team gives you a word processing document. Now, before I even read the story, I know my exam technique. I look at the number of marks. I see 14 marks. I know that 7 marks is a bare minimum pass, but you're going to get marks for calculating and for writing. So I'm going to split this number of marks, this 14 in half. That's 7. I'm going to add to that 3. So let's get it up to 10. Then I'm going to do this. I'm going to open up a table. 4 columns, 10 rows. That is my exam technique every time. I don't even need to read the story before I do this. Now, I'm going to make headings for my columns. It could be metric, indicator, whatever you want to call it. Then we can do working. Then I can do result. Now I can do assessment or discussion. Okay, whichever verb they give you there. Steve, why are you doing this table? What's the point of this? Well, let me explain. Guys, there's going to be a limit to the number of marks you get for calculations, okay? And they didn't tell us here what that number is. Often they say there's maximum 6 marks or 5 marks. They didn't tell us that here. So I'm going to split the 14 in half. That's 7. I'm going to do no more than 7 calculations, okay? You usually get 1/2 to 1 mark for a calculation, 1/2 if it's something really simple, 1 mark if it's got 3 or 4 figures in there, okay? This is going to help me limit the number of calculations that I do and ensure that I write up my answers. Now that my template is in place, I can read the story. I learn about the Thatcher theme park, a place with rides and amusement park. Successful business, they've been profitable. 3 years ago, the directors made a change in their strategy. They said, let's pump the profits up. We're going to do that 2 ways. First, we're going to cut costs on these 3 areas. And then we're going to up the prices. So people, I think you know where this is going. We see short-termism in play here. Let's pump up the short-term profit, but we're risking the long-term success of the company. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself with that. So we also see that profits went up and dividends have been paid to the owners, bonuses to the directors. So guys, now I'm going to look at this and I'm not going to review every line in my answer. I don't have enough time. So I'm going to start with, let's say, 5 calculations. And I think I'm going to do increase in sales, increase in profits, change in upkeep. And for that one, I'm going to combine both repairs and maintenance. Change in director, compensation. How about drop in wages? So I've identified 5 items to review, to investigate, to calculate here. So now I'm going to get busy. I'm going to do the work. So I'm going to pause the screen here for a second. I'm going to write up my results. Guys, welcome back. I quickly got out my calculator and I did the work. Now, notice, if it's just a very simple calculation like 532 over 525, I didn't show the working. You know, in some of my older videos, I did put the working there, but it's only going to be 1/2 of a mark. So if you get it wrong, it's wrong. The working will not really help you there. You can't get partial credit. But notice here, where I did the change in upkeep, I added the maintenance and the repairs together. So now I want to show the marker, my thought process. So here I am showing the workings. So use discretion when you show workings. If it's something complicated, show the workings. Super simple. Don't worry about it. We've got half mark, half mark, half mark, half mark, half mark. So that's, let's say, 2.5 plus 2 more marks, so that's 4.5. So we got 4.55 marks happening here for the calculations. Guys, I need 7 to cross the pass mark, so I'm really close. Now I'm going to get busy. I'm going to write up my answer. One more thing. Notice that I'm always showing my results as a percentage change, as something relative. The examining team wants you to do this. This shows insight into how big the change is. Make sure you work in relative terms, as I do. Don't just say sales increased X dollars. You will not get the credit if you do it that way. Let me now do the assessment part, so I'm going to pause the video again. Friends, welcome back. Look at my answer. Before we dive into it, notice that I'm communicating in complete sentences. When the verb is assess, you've got to use complete sentences. You've also got to express some judgment. Does this result show a good thing or a bad thing? And then you also need to say why. Link it to something in the story. Link it to another figure. If you do that, you'll be earning lots of marks. You'll be earning 1 mark for each justified point that you make. Now, avoid just restating the percentage. You don't have to write in words. We see sales went up 1.3%. That won't give you credit, okay? And avoid some kind of a simple generic comment with no linking to the story. That will also not earn credit. So this shows lackluster performance. Sales are barely beating inflation. I've assessed my figure. I've used other information from the scenario. Credit is being earned. This shows that there is elasticity of demand. They put the prices up and visitors dropped 7%. So that's worth another mark. I'm developing my answer further. So their pricing strategy is questionable. So I'm picking up more marks here. At least one, probably two more marks. So now I've cleared the 7-mark threshold. Moving on, increase in profits. We see a big increase in profits. That by itself won't earn credit. This allowed dividends to be paid, so shareholders are happy. Because sales are flat, this profit increase came from cost reduction. Guys, there's some analysis happening. Credit is earned. I've scooped up another mark. Now look at this, change in upkeep. My strategy here is to show that their strategy of ride upkeep is not effective. So look at what I wrote. We see an increase in total upkeep cost. So their decision to cut maintenance was a mistake. This led to an increase in repairs and will also hurt quality, as broken rides will mean longer lines on the other rides. Marks are happening there. Another mark, at least, is earned. Change in director compensation. We see directors are taking a healthy increase in compensation. They might feel this is justified as profits are up 31%. However, it looks like they are taking their eye off the long term as customers and probably market share are dropping. Okay, remember, they're not going to judge you on your spelling or your grammar, so don't worry about don't slow things down to fix your grammar and to make things perfect. If the marking team understands your point, they will give you the credit. Drop in wages. We see they are cutting costs on staff. Some of this might be due to the drop in customers if it's variable, but staff at a theme park will be largely fixed. This might indicate quality is dropping if there are fewer ride attendants or concession workers. Now, overall, always chuck in an overall comment when you are assessing performance. Overall, it looks like short-termism is happening here. Profits are up from cost reduction, but customers are down and quality is dropping, so the long-term success of Thatcher is threatened. Team, I've got a really comfortable pass here. We said we got, let's say, 5 marks for the calculations. And boy, we got a lot of marks here for all of these ideas. So we're way above 7 marks. We're probably 9, 10 marks, even more. Remember, the marking happens in a black box. I can't tell you exactly what was given a mark here, but I'm following the guidance of the examining team. I'm writing in complete sentences, expressing judgment. I'm saying why something happened. I'm saying, is it a good or a bad sign? And I'm linking everything that I do to the story or to another figure. So guys, this is a comfortable pass. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap on part A. I hope you found that useful. If you'd like to check out part B, you can subscribe to my video library. The link is right here. It's also in the description. All right, PM team, good luck on your upcoming exam.